My former doctor intentionally misdiagnosed me. I am not the Oop is you wanderlust bimbo. My former doctor intentionally misdiagnosed me. Originally posted to our 2 chromosomes thanks to you Amir Yaliriel for suggesting this Bo-Ru. Trigger warning medical malpractice and medical issues. Original post Sept 1. 2024 You don't believe me? Do you? What if I told you it happened twice and I nearly died? This is the most painful story of my life, the one I'm encouraged to write a book about, the one I am still in partial denial over, and the one that sent me to the ER over 50 times in 18 months. And it all started with an incorrect MRI interpretation gone far past the point of wrong. As a bit of a backstory, I started having severe, debilitating migraines in summer 2021 after my second round of COVID. By the time I first saw this doctor, I had already trialed and failed multiple treatments, medications. He ordered an MRI. It came back normal, but he diagnosed me with a rare condition called a CSF leak. I scheduled surgery, unaware that this wasn't true. I didn't have a leak. I only became worse after surgery. He actually admitted there wasn't a leak by that point, and my pain was repeatedly ignored and diminished, because I wasn't giving birth. The doctor ordered an angiogram. It was normal, but he diagnosed me again with intracranial hypertension, and prescribed blood thinners. I became so sick I couldn't get out of bed, eat, or even properly use the bathroom. I never knew pain like this even existed. In between all of this, I began to go to the ER. Before that, I had never experienced such rude and sexist comments in my life, how I was being dramatic, or how I was a drug seeker, etc. The female medical staff was much kinder to me than the male doctors. I would eventually learn the truth that I had been misdiagnosed twice and severely injured as a result. I also learned I'm not the first this doctor has hurt. He knew he was misdiagnosing me and did it anyway. I know how crazy that probably sounds. I learned via medical records he never thought I would get a hold of, as he blatantly refused to let me read them. I haven't been the same since that surgery. It's like a part of my soul has died and I'm now morbid and bitter. I never had anything he diagnosed me with, and the blood thinners were slowly killing me. The point of this story is to advocate for yourself as a patient for anything you might be struggling with. It could save your life. I hope no one here ever has experienced something similar. Edit: I'm not diminishing childbirth. For heaven's sake, the doctor said this to me and that's why I included it. Please, to anyone who is offended by that part, please calm down. I know childbirth is awful. That's why I'm not having kids. Second edit: I'm truly so grateful for the support you all have given me. It means a lot. Heart. I will take some time to try to answer any questions and respond to comment stories. Thank you all so effing much. You're wonderful. Blue Heart. Update: November 21st, 2024, 2 months later. First, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who offered support, advice, and to those who have shared their stories and have experienced similar things or dealt with doctors minimizing your pain. I am truly, deeply sorry. This community is so amazing, and I couldn't be more appreciative of everyone here. I wanted to give an update on this because it's something that still weighs on me every single day. I have some positive news. I believe I have finally found the right attorney. She will not only help me, but she wants to look into having my former doctor's license revoked through the state medical board. I have heard more and more about how this doctor does this to other patients. I've even spoken to a few of them and feel so awful knowing they too have suffered at the hands of a man wanting to be like Dr. Death. For a bit of bittersweet news, I recently did a test and learned how bad the nerve damage is. I am looking at having nerve decompression surgery in the head skull brain to help alleviate symptoms. It's not too invasive, but it's a hard few weeks of recovery in a hospital and I have a lot of allergies to medications. But I am hoping for the best. Thank you so much to everyone here. Y'all are wonderful. Relevant comments: Yen Piglet. Wow. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I hope you can heal from this in time, in all ways possible. Can I ask what your actual diagnosis is versus what he tried to pin on you? I understand if it's too personal to share. Oop, thank you. I was misdiagnosed with a CSF leak and intracranial hypertension, both of which were wildly incorrect, and then he put me on a blood thinner that's pretty similar to warfarin and it gave me vasculitis. My correct diagnosis is very complex, and one condition is directly from the blood thinners. To another commenter with a similar question: goodness, I am so sorry you have them too. My scans all came back clean, but I was diagnosed with a CSF leak and intracranial hypertension when I actually have cluster headaches, hemiplegic migraines, and occipital neuralgia. I've done nerve blocks and love them so much. I've done electrostimulation devices, ketamine therapy. Lifestyle change is not enough, it's tough, and some diet changes including cutting out caffeine, which isn't fun. The migraine community on Reddit is amazing. I have received so much help from kind internet strangers, and it's been so nice to meet others. QKK7MUPWAC9GMKJ I don't get the part about the medical records. Did he like cat incriminating comments to your file or something? Oop, I'm happy to answer this. My former doctor put the correct diagnosis on my records but told me something completely different and then refused to send the records to my new doctor because he knew that the information would be very damning. He knew he was misdiagnosing me and for whatever reason, chose to push forward with it. The Red Cemetery medical records in the US, no medical provider may withhold them when asked by the patient or their authorized representatives. Oop, yeah, he's been cited for some HIPAA violations as a result. I was very confused as to why he refused as all services rendered, even the ones I didn't need, had been paid for. My story might sound fake, and I truly wish it was. There are still a lot of components that don't make sense, even to me. The red scimitar doesn't sound fake to me. I had a dentist fake 9 cavities, and charged to fill them. She'd been doing that to patients for months as she collected funds for her planned secret escape to another state. Seriously, one day, she just left her practice, selling it to a newly graduated pair of dentists who couldn't even figure out how to take a mouth impression. Turns out she was planning to flee her life and Scientology. And she did. This is a repost sub. I am not the OOP. Do not contact the OOPs or comment on linked posts. Remember Rule 7.